Hello, good morning. Day 577. Since 59 hostages have been brutally, barbarically, violently, and inhumanely were kidnapped to the hell called Gaza by the inhumane, barbaric, rapist, modern-day Nazis, monsters of Hamas, Palestinian Islamic Jihad, UNRWA, the UN, Al Jazeera, the Red Cross, and just the regular civilians of Gaza. We are here every morning, never giving up, to demand from these inhumane, barbaric, rapist, modern-day Nazis, monsters to surrender and let all of the 59 hostages go immediately, at once, all of them together in one bus. No one is left behind, and Israel should give up nothing. Better up give them now, because Israel is deploying tens of thousands of reservist soldiers that will replace the active duty soldiers that are stationed across our border with Judea and Samaria, with Lebanon, with Syria, and those active duty who are in great shape soldiers will go in a full offensive attack in Gaza. They have been approving, the cabinet, the government, the Israeli government cabinet approved the plan to fully occupy Gaza. You were all crying about open air prison. Finally, you got that one. We will occupy Gaza in order to erase Hamas, and this is the only way to release our 59 hostages. With all of those stupid deals that we had so far, we have left way too many hostages behind. 59. They are still there for 577 days. Hamas will hold the hostages for as long as possible, and they will drip and drop, give us one now, 10 later. We can no longer continue like this. We demand all of them out of there, and we demand Hamas surrendering. We can no longer live side by side with these monsters. We cannot allow them to breathe. We will take over Gaza. There was plans that approved also in order to provide humanitarian aid to the Palestinians, to the Gazans. An area between the Philadelphia corridor and the Morag corridor gonna be designated specifically in order for the IDF directly to provide humanitarian aid to the innocent Palestinians where they still are, and not allowing Hamas to be able to steal that humanitarian aid as it has been this whole time. Dozens and hundreds of trucks with humanitarian aid entered in Gaza, and Hamas takes over of them and then sell it in the market to the Gazan. Instead of giving the aid for free, they are stocking the aid in their own warehouses, in the Hamas warehouses, and they are causing the fake famine themselves. There's no famine, there's no starvation, but IDF will ensure that the innocent Gazans will receive aid, will receive help. They've been evacuating to wherever IDF needs them to. But we are taking over because we are fucking done. We're done with the cycle of death and destruction brought to us by those Islamist terrorists who are devoting their whole life to annihilate Israel. No more. They're not going to be able to succeed, but we want to be able to live peacefully. And in order to do so, we need to erase Hamas, and we must bring our hostages back home. There's no other option. All of those fools in Israel that think that just sitting down, let's just end the war, let's surrender to Hamas, and hopefully then they will give us 59 hostages, just like that. You are full. Where have you been in the last 77 years of the existence since the re-establishment of Israel? When did we ever be sitting down and got what we wanted? It will never happen. We must destroy, we must end this war victorious, and to ensure that we can continue living. Are you willing to sacrifice the future Israelis that will be kidnapped in the next October 7 attack just for the hope that Hamas will release the 59 hostages? Why are you trusting Hamas so much? Why are you continuously being the spokesperson, the media arm of Hamas? Let the expert who knows how to run a war, how to eliminate our enemies, who have done so, the expert who actually brought home 196 of the hostages, those who you're saying were abandoned, let them run things, and you sit down and be quiet. We will continue to do whatever we need. The Houthis are celebrating their success. One rocket out of 27 rockets that was shot at Israel was not intercepted, and the damage it caused was a little hole in the ground. There was no severe injuries. There was no direct target, direct attack, direct impact by this rocket. They're celebrating. The Houthis must be held accountable for what they did. I hope to see something happening soon. I guess the attacks that are happening by the US are not enough. Something needs to change there. We cannot allow them to continue to terrorize Israelis and non-Israelis and put so many lives at risk by shooting ballistic missiles indiscriminately, basically. Because if they would have really aiming, maybe they would have targeted the actual terminal instead of the land outside of the terminal. But they're not really truly aiming. They're like, they're ridiculous. But we must hold them accountable. We will continue to do whatever we need. As Golda Meir said, we don't care about the bad image. You can call us whatever you want. You're already doing it anyway. But we continue to defend ourselves with whatever means necessary because we rather live. And we will live proudly between the Jordan River, throughout Judea and Samaria, throughout the Mediterranean Sea for eternity. And the nation of Israel will remain the immortal nation that we are. Am Yisrael Chai forever.